Hello and welcome to the C.H.A.B.I.S YouTube channel. This is Peter Gould speaking as usual. Here we have the second attempt to melt aluminium, this time the way it really works. Here I'm setting up the furnace and firing it up. First you give gas, and then you generate kind of a flame. Did not work too well, so it gave a bit of a tiny explosion. But it was not dangerous after all. I am first of all heating the crucible, because this is actually an iron flower pot lying around somewhere in the basement of my father's, and it was rusty and full of stuff. I could not define what it is, and it also had some paint on it. Here I just checked the crucible and emptied it of anything which may have been burned to ashes now and is not desired in the project. There is a lot of waiting time in between actions. Adjusting the camera, checking the whole thing. So here I feed the first piece in. Most of the tins you get somewhere are coated in plastics and in color, in paint, in something, and all this burns off when you throw it into the furnace. That's why you should probably do this outside, and it's not really the best thing for the air. I tried to keep the two cameras in sync, but the more you edit the video, the more they fall apart. So on top right you can see just the second camera from the other direction watching the same scenery. I have sped up these parts to 800%. to make you wait a bit less long. Here I took an iron rod to poke in the molten metal. It needs some more food, some more tins, scrap metal. The iron of the rod gets pretty soft because of the heat. It's not hot enough to melt iron, but it's hot enough to make it softer. Especially with such a thin rod as the one I use to poke here. Yes, the burning plastic coatings, they don't smell really well and don't feel too healthy in your lungs. Another tin to burn or to melt, I hope. By the way, those tins are not made of tin but of aluminium. I would not need such a big furnace to melt tin, I guess. Aluminium also have a fairly low melting point from all metals, but it's still higher than a normal coal fire or my stove got, as you can see in the last kind of episode of this melting aluminium stuff. I will link that video in the description, by the way. Stirring up the whole thing a bit. It's too strong light for the camera. This is the action camera doing the most of the part, the big image, and the small image is from the Olympus OMD camera, which was more expensive and therefore I don't want to have it that close to the fire. But if it is about color, you should probably trust the small picture more than the big one. This is a very painted tin here. You can see how much stuff burns off. how much black material there is left in the crucible. Try to empty the tins quite well, because a steam explosion inside molten metal is not what I want. I also wear protective glasses and a piece of leather to protect me, and clothes I don't expect to melt. Not made of synthetics. Here I'm preheating the molds. They should be as hot as possible. They are made from graphite, by the way, so they can take the heat. I took fire brick and put it there. It is insulating the stuff from the ground and from the metal pan I do everything in. So it should not be that much of a heat shock, or at least a bit less. I got some more scrap metal. I collected for several months. It was aluminium I had myself in various packagings, or what I found in the streets from tins others throw away. There are lots of cans you can find when you just walk around in the village. Another piece with a lot of plastics. I got the impression that you don't eat much aluminium with your canned food, but quite a bit of plastics. I found a small puddle of actually molten metal down in the crucible. So it's going well, even though there is a lot of slack. As we'll see later when I show you the results. Yes, we have at least one red kite flying over the area. Probably more than one, they are fairly common here. It's a mixed industrial and rural area with some open spaces. Again, I'm preheating the molds, as I mentioned before. Checking if I'm ready, or if the metal is ready, better. Again, preheating the molds, hold them into the fire more or less directly, not into the metal of course, just into the fire. I have no idea what temperature they have now, but I expect them to hold up anyway. Now this is the point where I start pouring the metal into the molds and see what kind of ingots I get. There is a lot of slack, as I said. But here I got some metal, which is most likely an alloy, mostly aluminium, maybe some other stuff from the paint, maybe there has been some copper in or something. There is a lot stuck to the crucible, so I put it back in. Taking some stuff out, some big lumps of slack, preheating the next mold, giving it some more time. The first ingot is still stuck in the mold, so I let it time to cool down. Here I try to pour some more metal out, but actually I had mostly slack falling out into the mold, so I decided to empty it here on the stainless steel dish, stainless steel plate. There is still some stuff in the crucible, which seems to be slack, maybe traces of metal too. I will soon show you the results. But it's time to turn off the furnace now. You see what I got?
That's it.
Ingot, pile of slag,
Alpha ingot. And some trace amounts in the slag.
there's still some aluminium in there.
Bit left
Well,
crucible.
bottom left side, this is another project. It was actually part of the copper alloy we made from Swiss ore, which is another project, and I probably already told you I want to make it into kind of a video. We mostly have photos.
But it's not a quality material.
It's not a high quality. I guess that's because we have molten all those tins with paint and other coatings. I cooled everything down. I'll let everything cool down. Now I have the open shoes. I had the closed shoes before when there was hot metal around, but now everything is cold, so no real danger of burning something or somebody. The cast iron pot got quite hot where the burner got into the furnace. Normally it should be around 900 degrees centigrade. That's below the around 1200 it needs to melt iron. But directly at the burner it apparently got hotter.
It's where the torch hit. It did indeed melt the iron.
But it did not melt through the whole pot. So I guess I can use it again, but I might have to place it a bit more off center. Now we can examine the ingot. It cooled down and now it goes out. There is this fairly large lump of slag inside. I guess there has to be a follow-up project to melt everything again and refine it. So to sum it up, tins and stuff are not the greatest base material, but you can get something out of them and at least they are free. Thanks everybody and especially my Patreon, and I hope to see you next time for my next video. Bye. Have a good time.